take a deep breath. And I mean that both in the sense that literally in this very moment you should take a deep breath, but also in a broader sense. In the sense that I don't think it's possible that you could substantiate the life that you want to live, the things that you want to have, the person that you want to be, without relaxing into it. And further than that, I don't think it's possible that you could substantiate anything without flowing into it naturally. I think so often we've almost been convinced that hard work is the answer to every problem, that it's almost about going beyond and surpassing yourself, breaking past your own limits in a sense. What you think is possible, the levels of energy that you have, the amount of effort that you want to put in, almost going beyond all of that, ignoring how you feel. And that's the way that you become successful. That's the way that you find success. And I'm not saying that, success is devoid of hard work. But I also mean in the sense that it's about flowing into that hard work. It shouldn't be something that you're necessarily always forcing yourself to do, but rather it's something that you just flow into naturally. And I think a big part about that is being a person that does work hard. It's not about fighting yourself because you're not a hard worker, it's about becoming a hard worker. And that's something you could do at any point in time. You don't need to work hard to become a hard worker. It's about substantiating that identity, those feelings, those emotions, the way that you see yourself. It's about substantiating that first. And then your actions will just naturally line in that way. So it's not about, forcing a new life upon yourself, forcing a new identity, forcing these habits. But rather it's just about becoming a person that would do these habits. And that's something you could do at any point in time. It's just literally as simple as putting on a jacket. I got that analogy from a different video, but the way that they explained it was really, really well. Or really, really good. They said that becoming a new person, becoming a new identity is as easy as putting on a jacket. It's just about changing the way that you see yourself, changing the way that you see the world, and changing the way that you feel, which is something you could substantiate at any point in time. In the same way that you could imagine something and then you get angry at it. You imagine this conversation that never happened and you get angry at it. What if you imagined yourself living the life that you want to live and you allowed yourself to feel those emotions? And by carrying those emotions, by carrying that worldview, that self-view, that self-esteem with you in your day-to-day life, then I think you're able to substantiate that life naturally. It's not something that you need to force yourself to do. It's rather something that you flow into, something that you're relaxed into. And I think even, a bit deeper than just flowing into the life that you want to live, I think if you're truly able to recognize the importance of flowing into everything that you do, then you almost realize that you are infinite. You are capable of being anyone at any point in time. You're capable of substantiating anything at any point in time. And you don't have any limits. You're not held back by the things of the past. You're not held back by your worries of the future. You're not held back by your circumstances, because ultimately you create your circumstances. You're living the life that you live because of who you are. And that's not to, minimize the effect of the circumstances that you're born into or certain things that are out of your control. But it's about recognizing the amount of power. It's about maximizing the importance of what you can control, which is yourself. Because you can't control the outside world at all. It's people that work really hard, that doesn't necessarily make them successful. But it's about the people that are successful internally who then become successful externally. So it's about substantiating that change and recognizing that you have the ability to change at any point in time internally. And you do that by relaxing into a new state internally. That will then allow the outside, that will allow the external to change as well. As long as it aligns with God's will for our lives. It's about recognizing that changing who you are internally, it's not about imagining it and feeling tension. Imagining it and feeling a difference or a distance between you and that person that you want to be, the life that you want to live. But it's about imagining it and almost just relaxing into that new state. Like water flowing from one cup to another. I think that if we're successfully able to relax to a point that we are able to flow from one cup to another, then you recognize that you could flow into any cup that you want to at any point in time. You're not held back by your past container, because water takes up the shape of the container that it's in. So it's about substantiating that flow. It's about substantiating that relaxation into your day-to-day life. And in doing so, you just become more capable of doing anything that you want to do, and feeling how you want to feel, and living how you want to live. The Bible verse I have for this video is taken from Philippians 4, verse 6 to 7. And it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving in your requests. With thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." So right now, I really just want to, emphasize the importance of the peace of God. It's about praying. It's about making your requests known to God through prayer, through fasting, through all of these things. And then doing the work, because faith without works is dead, by changing yourself internally. Because ultimately, we don't control the external, God controls it. But then there's almost no difference, or it's about getting to a point where there's no difference between you internally, about how you feel, about how you live your life, regardless of what the external is. It's about not focusing on the things of this world, but being transformed by the renewing of your mind. And in doing so, we almost allow, or we prevent there being any difference between the life that we live now, how we feel now, who we are now, and the life that we want to live. Allowing that life that we want to live to substantiate itself in our lives. I hope you took something from this video, and thank you for watching.